A lot of these are the leaders who will face our nation's most complex and difficult challenges going forward. We have our cadets who will serve as Army officers leading hundreds and eventually thousands of soldiers through this complexity that we talk about.
And if you have both of those things, I think it will naturally foster humanity, because it will want to see how humanity develops. Humanity is more interesting than not humanity. I like Mars. I'm a big fan of Mars, obviously. And I think we should become a multi-planet civilization. That's very important. The purpose of SpaceX is to make life multi-planetary. That's the reason I created the company, and that's the reason that we have the Starship development in South Texas. That rocket is far too big for just satellites. It's intended to establish life on Mars, not just to send astronauts there briefly, but to build a city on Mars, and that's ultimately self-sustaining. But getting back to AI, if you've got a truth-seeking AI that is maximally curious, my neural net, my biological neural net, says that that's going to be the safest outcome. Because, like I said, while I like Mars, Mars is not as interesting as Earth because there's no human civilization there. Or thought of another way, if you want to render Mars, rendering Mars is pretty easy. It's basically red rocks look kind of like some parts of Arizona. There's not a lot of people. It's easy to render. It's rendering to Mars, but rendering human civilization much harder, much more complex, much more interesting. And so I think a curious, truth-seeking AI would foster humanity and want to see where it goes.